divide in number bases. This is base 2. We put 2 here and 2 here. Now, the same way we do long division. 101 into 101 is 1. And we have 101 times 1 is 101. When we subtract, we get 0, 0, 0. Now, you already know that after subtracting, you must bring 1 down. Then you try to divide that one. If it cannot go, you put a 0 on top, you bring the next one down. You try to divide the 2, try to divide 1, 0, it cannot go. So you put a 0 up so that you can also bring the next one down. And then 101 divided 101 is 1. And then basically, if you multiply 101 times 1 is 101. You subtract, you get 0, 0, 0. Okay? So this will work very well if you know how to do division. But let's check if it works, if it's the answer. 1001 times 101. So let's see if we'll get back this. This is 1001. This is 0, 0, 0, 0. And this into all this is 1, 0, 0, 1. So we get this, and exactly, that's correct. But let's check something else. Now look at this one. Now, this is what many persons will do. They're going to say 1001 into 100. But you know very well that, you see, when you have 101, 100, which one do you think is bigger? Even though they are 3 digits, this one is obviously bigger. Most times you have to do by checking the first and the first the same, second and the second the same, the last and the last different by 1. So basically, this is bigger. So it means that based on principle of division with long division, we have to go to the next 4 digits. That is the 4 digits. So we're going to take 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, right? That's what we're going to do. So 101 into 1000 is 1. And if we multiply, we're going to arrange it this way. So let's do it here. 1000 minus 101. Alright, so 0 minus 1 cannot go. So normally what we do is we try to borrow from the next one. That one does not have. Try to borrow from this one, does not have. So let's take from this one. We'll take from this one. This becomes 0. It gives to this one base 2. And that's not the one that needs it. We take from this one, becomes 1. Give to this one, becomes 2. But that's not the one that needs it. We take from this, becomes 1. Give to this one, becomes 2. 2 is actually 1 0 in base 2. But well, it makes it easier this way. 2 minus 1 is 1. And then 1 minus 0, okay, this 1 here left minus 0 is 1. Then 1 minus 1 is 0, and then we bring down 0. So this is what we get when we subtract. So we'll just put it here, 1, 1, and there's 0 here. So the next is, after subtracting, you must always bring down the next one. And we bring it down, then we divide. 101 into 111 is 1. 101 times 1 is 101. We subtract, this is 0, this is 1, this is 0. Then, after subtracting, you must always bring down the next one, and you see it works. 101 into 101 is 1. And 1 times 101 is 101, and we get 0, 0, 0. So let's check if this is actually correct. Let's see. We have 111 times 101. We're going to have 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times, okay? You know how to multiply, right? Then we'll do the same thing, and we'll get 1, 1, 1 plus 0 plus 1 is 1, 0. Basically, it's 2, but it's 1, 0 in base 2. So put 0, take up 1. This is also 1, 0. Put on 0, take up 1. This is 1, 0. And basically, same thing, same thing. So this is correct. Now let me show you something else. So this is dividing, you see, 7 divides 3, 5, 6 base 8. This is what I advise you to do. In base 8, you need to bring out the multiplication table, but not really in base 8, because you're using 7 to divide. So what is the 7 times table if you're using base 8? So 7 times 1 is obviously 7, right? And base 8 is the same thing as 7. 7 times 2 is 14. But in base 8, what is 14? It's actually 1, 6. You know how? Now let's check it. 14 in base 8, we divide by 8. 8 into 14 is going to give you 1 remainder 6. 8 into 1 is 0 remainder 1. We take it ground up, we get 1, 6 base 8. You see? Alright. Now 7 times 3 is 21. But in base 8, what would that be? That would be 2, 5, I believe. And it's still the same thing you do. 8 into this is going to give you 2 remainder 5, right? Yeah, 16, yeah. So 8 into 2 is 0 remainder 2, right? And you take it up, you get 2, 5. So we'll put it here. So now that you know what I'm doing, the first question you probably ask is, why are we bringing out the multiplication? Because basically, at the end of the day, you're trying to see what you multiply with 7 to be able to give you these numbers here. So let us bring out all the multiplication table of 7, but in base 8. Alright, so I've wrote everything out and let's work. Now, let's say 7 into 35 is going to give you actually 4. 7 into 35 is 4. No, that's not correct. There's something wrong. So I've worked on this before, so I already know that this is supposed to be 4, not 5. So basically 7 times 4 is 28, and let's confirm that. If we check 28 in base 8, 8 into 28 is actually going to be this is going to be 3 remainder 4. Is it 3 remainder 4? Yeah. Then we have 8 into 3 is 0 remainder 3. So we have 3, 4. So it's going to be 3, 4. So let me write that well. Apologies for that quick, but it's good I cut it on. So this is 34. All right. So now that we know this, let us solve. So the major idea is, after bringing out the same 7 times table in base 8, your idea is to look for something that you multiply with 7, that the answer in base 8 is very close to what you're looking for, because all the values here are in base 8. So it is 7 times 4 that will actually give us a close value to 35, and that is 34. So 7 times 4 is supposed to be 28 in base 10, but it is 34 in base 8. Subtract, we get 1, and you don't have to subtract and bring down the next one, that's 6. Now 7 times what will give you 16 in base 8? It is 7 times 2, which originally will give you 14 in base 10, but in base 8 is 16, so we'll put 2 here. We'll have 16, we'll subtract, we get 0, 0. Alright, so that's the answer. 4 to base 8 is the answer when you divide 356 by 7. Now let's check something. Is this actually correct? So let's see. So let's multiply 42 base 8 by 7 base 8. Now 7 times 2 is 14, but in base 8 it is actually 1, 6. You can divide to check. You put 6, you take 1 up. 7 times 4 is 28, plus 1 is 29. What is 2, 9 in base 8? Let's check it. 8 into this is going to give us what? Now 8 in that is 3 remainder 5, if I'm not mistaken. And 8 into 3 is the remainder 3. So we're taking it ground up, we'll get 3, 5. And basically, we'll just put it here. So what does this mean? Correct. So this is how you divide. And if you have questions, you ask in the comment section. And that's, by the way, how to divide in number basis.